All right. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Sorry, it looked like we were all in and set, and then it kicked me out for some reason. So if you're getting logged back in, don't feel bad. But good morning and welcome. I'm glad you are, so many of you are here with me on a Wednesday morning. We're almost to spring break. It's this week and next week, and then we get a little bit of a break, which is so nice. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely ready. But good morning. I hope you can all hear me. Okay, if somebody could let me know that you can hear and see me just fine before I keep going, that would be fantastic. Perfect, you can hear me. Fantastic. Hopefully you can see me fine as well. But we are here for my intro psych classes. We are in week number 10. Again, just flying our way through the semester, just a couple, another week in this week, and then we are on spring break, and we're definitely past the halfway point. Going to Arizona on the 26th, very exciting. On the 26th, I leave for my cruise, so I'm very excited for that. Very, very fun. It's nice that we are able to travel a little bit more this spring break, and hopefully all of you get a chance to take a break. Even if you don't go anywhere, you get a little bit of time off and hopefully can relax. So it's coming, hang in there. We're almost there. What we will do today, throw your scale away, right? I know I plan to gain some weight on that cruise. I'm excited to eat my way to at least like 5 to 10 pounds, right? It's a week-long cruise. I think I can gain at least 5 to 10 pounds in that time in order to be successful. Oh, yes, I plan to do the same. I've already printed out all the menus for where all the food choices are so that I can capitalize on eating as much as humanly possible. I plan to make good use of all that food. But what we'll do today, we'll talk really briefly about last week, a little bit of feedback about motivation and fad diets and stuff from the discussion last week. Some quick reminders from this week. We kind of have a typical usual week this week of a chapter and a discussion and so on. I'll of course give you that Twitch extra credit question, and then we will call it a day. So it should be short and sweet. So let's go ahead and go over to Canvas together. And again, we are in week number 10. So hard to believe. Again, it feels like it's going quickly. But let's go back to last week really quickly and talk about last week's discussion. So the discussion last week was all about fad diets and the advantages and disadvantages and what role do you think the media plays and so on. I really enjoyed reading about all of the crazy diets that so many of you have said you've tried or heard about in the media. Thank you so much for sharing those. Really interesting. And again, remember with fad diets, they might work in the short term, but they tend to be very short lasting, right? It doesn't tend to be a permanent change, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't be helpful for a little while. And then I enjoyed the advantages and disadvantages, and of course, reflecting on the role the media and so on tends to play. So really nicely done for the most part. Most of you got full points. If you didn't, it's because I wanted just a little bit more from you, or you didn't reply to a classmate. Otherwise, just about all of you got full points last week. So really nicely done, kind of a lighter discussion, but definitely interesting nonetheless. I also enjoyed last week reading through your self-assessment. A lot of you reflecting on, things you could be doing better. A lot of you really happy with where you are at in the class. So I was really happy to see that so many of you are feeling good about your progress, feeling good about your grades, not a lot of confusion. So that makes me really happy to read. So thank you so much for sharing all that information with me. We move on this week to chapter 10, which has to do with emotions. So this week we're kind of building on what we went over last week with motivation and talking about how emotions can also very much shape our behavior and the things that we do or don't do. So for this week, as usual, make sure that you read chapter 10 in the ebook. Right, so you're going to want to read that chapter. For me, I like to read it first. I think that's a nice way to get that broad overview. And then you're going to want to look through my chapter lecture that I have here on Canvas. Remember that the first page is always objectives and summary. The second page is beyond the book. So the different theories of emotion, I kind of went over them quickly in this video, and I also went over them quite a bit in the lecture video. a little bit about gestures and emotions and color, some random, got a case of yawns today, some random little facts about emotions. In pop culture, lots and lots of shows related to lying and emotion. So I have a couple of things here related to lying and anger. On the key terms and review, here are all the terms that you need to know for the next exam. And then finally, on the application page, some stuff about how do I spot a lie. I tried to lie to you in my 2 truths and a lie video here, and then a little bit about how to be happier. So make sure you click on all those links, watch any videos that I include. I don't know why I keep yawning. Watch all the videos that I include, and like anything in there, make sure you're exploring it and getting all of that information. Also, be sure to watch the lecture video that I posted for you for chapter 10. So I lectured to PowerPoint slides on emotions. That's going to be really helpful for you for the exam and just for understanding and comprehending the materials. For discussion number 10, for this week. As always, it's worth 15 points, 13 for your responses to my questions, and 2 for your responses to a peer. Make sure that you watch my little introductions video, that you answer all the questions as fully as possible. What we're looking at this week is I want you to explain an emotional reaction from each of the 3 different theories of emotion that we discussed in the textbook and lecture. The James Lange theory, the Cannon-Bard theory, and then the Schachter-Singer 2-factor theory. So I want you to create or either like describe an emotional reaction to something that you had, and then you're going to highlight the chain of events that led to your emotion from each of the 3 theories. So maybe you're talking about, something happened when you were driving to school, and you would explain, the stimulus would be being in your car, and maybe somebody slammed on the brakes in front of you, and your emotional reaction from each of the 3 theories. So make sure you're describing the chain of events from each one and getting that correct, right? There's a way to practice those 3 theories. That is really the biggest part of your points for this week. So really take some time to come up with a scenario. You can either make it up or it could be real, and then highlight each of the 3 theories and the chain of events from that stimulus all the way through the reactions and the emotions and so on. Then you're going to talk about what are some of the ways that you can spot a lie. And you can reference the lecture materials. I definitely went over this in the Canvas lecture, or some of your own personal experiences and tips, but make sure that you're specific. Like for me, for example, I talked about how I tend to smile or laugh when I lie. So I want you to highlight that, right? What are some of the things that might give away somebody lying? What are some of those things to look for? And then I did make a video and I posted this in the Canvas lecture as well. And this is totally optional, but I think it's kind of fun, so I hope you go ahead and do it. I practiced and rehearsed, so it might be a little bit less obvious than it would normally be. But if you were to watch this video, see if you can identify which one is the lie and which 2 are the true statements. You're just telling me. I'm so sorry. Stop it. Stop it. But see if you can guess it. So see if you can guess which one is the lie and which ones are the 2 truths. And you can share that with me. And I will definitely reveal the answer when I send out the feedback and we meet next week. And then when you're ready to answer that, you'll hit reply. And then, of course, you can reply to one of your classmates as well. I'll be curious to see what all of you think is the lie that in my little rehearsed scenario. I tried to be creative, so we'll see what you think. But make sure that you get going on this for this week. Again, watch my video, respond to my questions once you've done the reading and watch the lectures. And then you're also going to want to respond to a classmate for those 2 points of credit. And those are the big things for this week. It's a very kind of typical week. So read chapter 10 in the ebook, read and go through the chapter lecture for chapter 10. Click on any links, watch all the videos. Make sure that you watch the chapter 10 lecture video. Take notes and pay attention. Those materials will definitely appear on the exam. And then I'll give you the extra credit question, of course, here in a moment. And then don't forget the discussion where you are highlighting your emotional reactions from all 3 different theories to an event that happened in your life. So before I give you the extra credit question, are there any questions for me? I have some reminders for all of you, but any questions or comments or thoughts or anything for me? I will remind you, as always, to please double check your subscription status. So many of you have fallen off. Bernaldo, Pauline, Chance, there were more Jessica, Joelle, Red. If you notice that you don't have the cake next to your name, again, if you could please take a moment to try and figure out renewing that, I would really appreciate it so I don't have to look so many of you up. The other reminder is our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday. Wow, I cannot type today. I'm having a rough morning. On Wednesday, which is what is next Wednesday? Let's take a look. Next Wednesday is 3/23. So 3/23 at 11 o'clock, 11:30 a.m. Sorry, 11:30. So our next Twitch live stream will be next Wednesday morning at 11:30 a.m. on the 23rd, right? Yeah, me too, Chance. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words and yawning way too much. It's been apparently, maybe it's the time change. That's going to be my excuse. The time change was a little bit brutal. It's so early in the morning when I wake up. But either way, our next Twitch live stream will be next Wednesday morning, the 23rd at 11:30. Again, if you do have a chance, so many of you, Anna, Bernaldo, Pauline, Chance, Jessica, Joelle, so many of you have fallen off on those subscriptions. So I'll take a moment to try and show you again how to do that when we're done with everything today. I don't want to take up the time if you don't need that reminder, but just to show you really quickly. The other thing, of course, is let me give you the Twitch extra credit question for this week so that you can get the 2 points for joining me live today. So your extra credit question for this week, and again, we are in week number 10, is what are the 8 different basic emotions that we experience according to Plutchik? And I went over this in the lecture and also the textbook. What are the 8 different basic emotions that we experience according to Robert Plutchik? And when you're ready to answer that, you'll go to optional extra credit number 10, since we're in week number 10. And then up at the top, you'll click on Start Assignment. And this will allow you to then type your response right here in the box and hit Submit Assignment. So this will give you an opportunity to do that, get the confetti burst, 2 points of extra credit. Just make sure you do this before Sunday night so that you can get that the points for joining me today. And then what I will do is I want to show you really quickly again how to renew your Twitch subscription, just in case you forgot, since so many of you, like I said, have fallen off. But if you're clear on that or you don't have any questions for me, you're welcome to take off. I'm going to show you that and then I'll hang out for a few more minutes to see if you do have any questions. Again, kind of short and sweet today, a very usual and typical week. So let me show you that and then we can go from there. If you are on Twitch, so remember that you will want to go to my Twitch channel, and my channel is Psyched with Setmire. You've already found me and done most of this before, but underneath my information here, underneath the screen, there's this little purple area right here where it says gift a sub. You click on that down arrow, and that's where it's going to bring up the options for you. Now, I can't show you on my channel. Let me see if I can still show you on a friend's channel here. They don't use their channel so much anymore, but let me show you on my buddies. See if I can go to it. Okay, here we go. Here they are. So when you are on my channel, it's right here. It's this resubscribe, this purple bar here. For some reason, it doesn't seem like it shows up on your end. Let me pull this over and see if that helps for just a moment. So if you see it right here, there's this purple bar, and you click on the down arrow, and it's going to bring up all these different options for you, right? And so when it brings up all these different options, all the way down at the bottom is this Use Prime Sub, and that's what you're going to click, and that will allow you to subscribe for free with Prime, and that will get you that extra 30 days. So you have to keep doing that every 30 days. I'm sorry, I know it's a little bit of a pain, but if you're able to figure that out, I would, like I said, I would really appreciate it. I think that that it makes your life easier and my life easier as well. So again, when you're on my page, click on that purple drop down. It brings up the menu, and then down at the bottom, click on that Use Prime Sub and subscribe with Prime for free. So again, if you can figure it out, great. And if not, don't worry about it. But I will hang out for a few minutes if you think of any other questions for me. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Hang in there. Like I said, spring break is definitely coming up. So if you are feeling a little bit burnt out, you're not alone, and hang in there. So I'm going to minimize my video. Thank you as well. But if you do have any questions, I will, of course, still be here for a little while to answer. Thank you as well. Thank you for joining me on here. Nice to have so many of you on here with me live. 'Homework before work, right? Yeah, work. Good luck. Right. I'm glad you're getting it done. I know it's a busy, right? But hang in there, take care of yourselves, and try and structure in some breaks if you can. Always nice to give yourself a little bit of time off if you can swing it. Four o'clock every afternoon. Oh, I love it. I remember on our last cruise, we went on one after our honeymoon, and they had these soft serve machines all throughout the ship. And it was so amazing. We would just wander through the ship eating soft serve ice cream. So this one that we're going on has like an ice cream place, and then it has the buffet, and then it has another dessert place. Yeah, I definitely have grand aspirations to gain some serious weight. You too. Right. No need to exercise. Have a great week as well, Pauline.